Hi everyone, it's Carolyn, and well, I had so many funny responses from the first video that I did on my little cooking with Carolyn day with the leftovers in the fridge that some of you said, why don't you do it again? So I'm going to try. I had some chicken breasts that I thought out, so this is pretty easy. So I'm trying to gear these towards, like, you know, those kids that have moved out on their own for the first time and didn't learn how to cook at home. Like, I grew up in a family of 5, but we learned how to cook, like, big, massive meals, you know, lots of starch, all of that. There's some really easy recipes out there that you can do, and this is one of them. It's really one of my favorites. In fact, I was at my hairdresser's last week, and she said, oh my gosh, I forgot to thaw out anything for dinner. I just took some chicken breasts out of the oven. What should I do? And I said, oh my gosh, this is an easy recipe. So I'm heating up a little oil in a skillet here, and oh, we have a little floaty of some sort. And then all I'm going to do is put in a little flour, all right? A little flour in here, and you know, it just, I'm not really good at measuring. When I first started cooking, I did use recipes, and until you kind of get used to measurements and stuff, I suggest, you know, trying to follow that. Of course, I'm not giving you that. So there's a little flour, some chili powder, and you know, some people think chili powder is hot like jalapeno. It's not. It just gives it a little kick. And if you're not really sure, like on all the ingredient things, like read what it says that you can use it in and what it tastes like. You know, because the thing is, you can use too many of the wrong seasonings and really ruin a dish. So it's flour, chili powder, some garlic. I like lots of garlic. And then we have some cumin, which is another little, like, ingredient used in a lot of, like, you know, Mexican dishes. So just a couple little shakes, not too much. All right, so that's it for that. And I've got some nice fat chicken breasts. Look how big those are. You could actually feed 2 people with each one of those. So stir up your little flour mixture here. Those getting nice and hot. Dredge your chicken breast. They call it dredging. You know, I don't know why it's called dredging. It's not like dredging a lake or anything, so I don't really know where that term came from. I'm sure somebody smarter than me knows. Okay, so I go breast side down first. And put the other one in here, dredge it all up, get the seasonings on it. Alright, it's in the pan on medium. Turn it up a little bit. Now, because these are so thick, it's probably going to take like, you know, I don't know, 4 minutes aside, maybe on each one of them. The idea is you want to get it cooked through, you know, browned on both sides, pretty much cooked through. And then you're really just going to only add a few more things to this. I mean, it goes pretty quickly. Now, one of the things you should always have in your kitchen, like kitchen staple, is a splatter screen, right? And it kind of saves the mess on your stove later. I'm going to wash my hands because you don't want any chicken gook on it and flour and all of that. So while that's cooking, then I'm going to give you another little tip about what's going to go in this when it's done. Alright, so hands are washed. Alright, so that's going to brown on both sides, and when that's done browning on both sides, the next step is get your favorite little salsa, right? I mean, this just happened, and you can get it like, you know, mild, medium, hot, whatever you like, because everybody's different. The one thing about cooking is you can always add to it, especially with seasonings, you can add to it. And I've learned, I say this from many trial and errors, is that you can add to it. But if you put too much in the beginning, then you can't really take it out. And but I mean, if you mess it up, you mess it up. You know, sometimes it's edible, sometimes it's not. So you throw it away, you know, learn from it, go on, you know. The idea is to get you comfortable in the kitchen, because you might be 21, still living on top ramen noodles and, you know, box stuff. And, you know, at some point you're probably going to want to learn to cook a meal for your significant other, whether it's your boyfriend, your girlfriend, you know. And this is really one of those things you can do that's fairly easy. So we're letting it go. We're browning it. Again, there's just a little oil on either side here. You know, you might have to add a little oil. And And again, it's one of those things with the oil especially, like you don't want to put too much in because it's not a deep fried chicken. You just don't want it to stick to the pan. And I guess some people would use, you know, the spray stuff. I just happen to like the taste of a good oil, you know, in there. So after that's browned on both sides, then the next step is going to be to take your favorite salsa and you just dab on the top of it. All right, and then you're going to cover it up with your lid and let it heat through. And once that's heated through, cheese. You know, I like lots of cheese. You know, when I did this the other day with my breakfast recipe, you should have seen the email I got from my trainer. She wasn't happy about that 4,000 calorie thing. I was joking. It was probably only 2, but it didn't matter. I'm going to pay for it tomorrow when she gets back. But oh well. Now, you know, I was talking about this anime wing dip the other day. I'm going to use it again. I haven't used it on this recipe before, but I like it. It's got a little kick to it. And it's chicken, and I like spicy, but I don't like it like so hot that it burns your taste buds, but a little spice is okay. So I'm going to put the salsa on, and then I'm going to put a little of this on and heat it through, and then I'm going to put the cheese on. Easy enough, right? How are we doing? Oh, we're getting brown. All right, flip it over. And again, these are kind of thick. All right, so we're going to let it go. You know. All right, so one thing is, like I said, look at your little labels on the back. It'll tell you what you can use these things for. You know, some things don't go well together, so you don't want to use like dill and everything. It's pretty strong. Oregano. You know, that's another one that can be a little strong. Italian seasoning doesn't necessarily go in Mexican food. You know, things like that. So kind of get used to like reading the labels, and that will really help you, because if you're not sure, like I said, that's the easiest way to ruin a good dish that you're making, is that you just kind of get carried away with the seasonings. You know, adored my ex-husband, you know, and he tried his dangest in the kitchen, but he just thought everything that was in the fridge and everything that was in the cupboard should just all go in one pan. And sometimes those seasonings just did not mix very well. And, well, you can tell I'm the quiet, shy type to keep my opinions to myself. Not really. Not really. So it was always like, honey, thank you very much, but maybe next time, you know. So there's a gentle way to like tell somebody a suggestion for the next time they want to try and cook a dish. But the main thing that you should do is just try. Okay? Now I'm going to do this, pretend like the chicken's really already done so that you can see this. So I'm going to take the salsa, because it's browned on the top. See how pretty that is? You wouldn't get that kind of little crispy if you were just using the spray oil. So I'm going to put some salsa on the top of this. See? Just spread it out. Oh my. And chicken you really do want to cook through, because it's like one of those things that you'll get sick on if you don't. So there should be no pink in the middle of it at all. Alright, so let's just do a little bit of this, you know, anime. You know, they should pay me as much as I talk about anime. I don't even know where it's made from. I just found it in one of those little cooking stores and I really like it. I mean, I just will, you know, you find something you like and it's like, well, what else can I use it on? So now I just, and that's really the fun about the cooking, is that you really can do that, you know? There's not, I mean, like a recipe gets you started, but you really can keep going from there. All right, so I'm going to cover this up for a minute and just kind of let that kind of heat through. All right, see how quick this is? It's so quick. Well, I mean, it's quick because I haven't cooked the chicken all the way through, but we're really not that far from it. All right, so again, I'm just speeding this up so you get an idea. So far it was just some flour with cumin, chili powder, garlic powder, brown chicken breast on both sides. Heat it up. Then we've added some sauce on the top of that anime wing dip, and that's heating through. All right, and it's going to just heat through, and then now we're just pretending like it heated through, okay? And then now, please put on as much as you want. It's okay. Just do an extra 3 miles on the treadmill tomorrow, or don't tell your trainer. I'm not going to make that same mistake and send her the video this time, because I'm going to pay for it already. All right, put that on there. and let that cheese heat through and melt. Now, it really doesn't get any more simple than that, right? I mean, it really doesn't. It's easy, it's fun. Now, for this, I mean, they've got all these really great bag salads anymore, and quite honestly, unless I'm really cooking for a lot of people, if it's just one or two, I will always buy some kind of a really good bag salad, and if I want to add stuff to it, I can. For me, as one person, or even for two, you buy all those fresh vegetables, which is great, but if you're not going to eat all of it in like 2 days, for me, I end up throwing it out. So, a nice bag of salad with some extra stuff on it is good. An easy vegetable is like steam some broccoli, steam some cauliflower, steam some carrot. Steam. Keep all the nutrients in it, right? Asparagus is really good. So whatever in season. And so this is easy. Yeah, you might want some rice, but I'm telling you, like, this is a good meal with some salad and a vegetable, healthy, filling. Your friends will love it. Look at that. Right? Look at that. So good, right? All right, kids. Get out there and cook. Show your mom and dad you can cook. You can make it. You can live on your own. They'll quit worrying about you. Bye. Have fun.